Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Microsoft 365 Pulse Roadmap recording, where we cover the recent roadmap additions and updates for the last week so you don't have to wade through them or be caught by surprise. If this is your first time with us on this recording, what we do is we go over the list. There's usually three categories that are always there, and a fourth one that sometimes is there. The first one is in development, which means Microsoft is in the process of working on the changes and they have an estimated date. The second is rolling out, which means it's now starting to make its way out to the various tenants to which the change is actually targeted for. Final one is launched. And when something's in launched, it should actually be in your tenant if that change was going to your tenant like GCC or commercial or whatever. There is a fourth category that we get on occasion that's canceled, and we do have one of those this week, so we will get to that at the very end. And with that, we will go ahead and get started. Tamara, what do you have in development that you were very excited about?
I have a couple things. Number one, OneNote got an awful lot of love
Oh,
this
yes, it
week.
did.
Boost productivity using voice with Copilot on OneNote Mobile. That's both for the iPhone and the Android. So, Copilot in OneNote transforms fragmented voice thoughts and conversation recordings into clear, actionable insights. It enhances productivity by accurately capturing and organizing verbal notes, filling in gaps, and providing structured summaries, making it easier to review and utilize information effectively. Exciting news! Copilot in OneNote can now access and understand verbal notes, synthesize conversations, and transform fragmented thoughts into clear, actionable insights, boosting productivity, which I think is exactly what they said at the beginning of the description. That's not coming out though till March 2025. And then also, OneNote brings in notes from video and images. So, with this new feature, OneNote Mobile, you can share videos and images into OneNote and watch the magic unfold. I want to be the person writing these. All the key insights from the video and images are captured effortlessly into notes so that you do not have to manually create them.
That's so cool.
And then there's summary and Q&A in OneNote Mobile, both on Android and on iPhone. So with this new summary feature in OneNote Mobile, although I think OneNote is
It could
very
be
noble.
noble.
Yeah, could be. You don't know. Don't judge me. You can create a short and fluid summary of your longer pages, which will help to consume relevant information faster. With the question and answer at your fingertips, you can get real time answers to your queries directly within your notes, enhancing your ability to access and utilize information quickly and efficiently or effectively, even.
That too.
Now, that's due out in June. And those are coming out just to the worldwide tenant, not to GCC or GCC High or DoD.
But we'll hold our breath and cross our fingers. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So, what do
think
you
that'll
have,
be
Tom?
great. I was going to say, I think that feature will be great for people who store policies and things in OneNote. And it may be like, pages and pages, quote unquote, virtual of information and being able to do that summary to get a summary of what is actually in that page, I think is really cool. So we'll see how that works out. um, in Loop, we have a few things that got some love. One is Microsoft Loop Workspaces sensitivity labels. So now users can apply container level sensitivity labels to Loop workspaces to prevent oversharing and manage access effectively. So if you're into using sensitivity labels, now you're going to be able to apply them to Loop, and that is going to worldwide. So government tenants still have to wait on that one. And then Microsoft Loop promote members to owners in Loop workspaces. So Loop workspaces support now multiple owners, allowing end users to promote members to owners. So, if you're an owner, you obviously have more things that you can do within the Loop workspace, so you'll be able to do that now. And there was one other one, I think a little further down here. Yes, Microsoft Loop, new personal Loop workspace. So the Loop app now provides a personal workspace to all users, which is shared with Copilot pages. This personal workspace is a user-owned SharePoint embedded container, one per user. All governance, lifecycle management, and compliance processes apply the same way as they would to a user's OneDrive. I was at a conference on Friday and they were showing Copilot pages. And basically what that is it's a page that's created by Copilot that is made up of Loop components. So basically, it looks like they're doing the same type of personal workspace using the Copilot pages infrastructure to do that with, and everybody will get their own. So we'll see how that works out. I'll be interested to play with it when I get a Copilot license. And that's coming out in December and again going to worldwide. Then we have Microsoft Loop again. Ideas workspace functions as a shared Loop workspace. So if you use a Loop idea workspace when you're looking at tenants, they're going to be tenant managed like SharePoint communication sites. They appear with existing Loop workspaces with all features such as adding members and organizing pages. That one I'm going to have to wait and see what that looks like because it sounds like you might have quote unquote a lot more sites that start appearing that people just create on their own. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. There's not a lot of information here to go on, but we'll have to play with that one and see what happens. I think there
There
was
is one more in development that I'd like to share.
Please do.
Microsoft Teams inline preview of files shared. This has me so excited.
Yes.
Now, well, after December 2024, now you can review a file shared in chat and channels in the flow of your work. Select preview and scroll through the file's contents without leaving the chat or the channel.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that.
Yeah. That should be out in December to worldwide. Our government didn't get a whole lot of love on this one for the things we wanted to talk about.
No, they
so
did
let's
not.
go ahead and move on to rolling out. What do you have in the rolling out that you'd like to mention?
Skin tone settings and reactions.
I figured that was going to be one of them you take.
Microsoft Teams. In Teams settings, users have the option to select their preferred skin tone. This preference will be applied to all emojis and reactions in chats, channels, meetings, and allowing users to express themselves more authentically in conversations.
So I'm guessing if you choose that you have a darker skin tone, then whenever you use thumbs up or emojis or stuff like that, they're all going to appear with that same darker skin tone.
Right. And if you pick glow in the dark white, is it going to be yellow or is it going to be white?
It should be white for all of us in Minnesota, don't you know?
Yeah. Would you like some bars and some hot dish to go with that coffee?
Oh, make sure you get some sunscreen on.
Yeah. And then Microsoft Teams sensitivity label support for town halls and webinars. This is only available with Premium, Teams Premium. This feature will now allow event organizers to set sensitivity labels for the town hall and webinars. The labels are visible to organizers when creating an event instance once selected, and notify organizers if the details of the event being created are not valid for the selected sensitivity. So I'm excited about that.
And the last one that I will mention is Outlook new work location sharing options. And this one has our favorite hashtag, new Outlook for Windows. This updates the work location sharing options to include the option of not sharing any location to anybody. So the three supported options will now be no location shared, only general location shared, either office or remote, and detailed location shared, building or desk information if it has that available to it. The office location option will be respected when showing a user's location information coming from work hours and location across Outlook, Places, and Teams experiences. So that's supposed to be rolling out this month and is coming to Worldwide and GCC.
And there's one
Anything?
more I wanted to touch on
Go
in
ahead.
rolling out. Microsoft Teams, the Q's app. This is only available with premium, but the new Q's app is a solution for collaboratively handling customer calls natively in Teams, starting with surfacing call queue calls. Your team members can use the Q's app to handle inbound calls, be it a PSTN or a VoIP, and they can make outbound calls on behalf of the call queues or auto attendant that they are assigned to. They can review the call queue statistics, seamlessly collaborate with their lead and colleagues within the flow of work. Authorized users with permissions from team admins can monitor their call queues and auto attendants in real time, generate reports on queue and agent performance, and configure their call queues and auto attendants using Teams settings, and opt in or out of their team members to optimize for business needs. This is a Teams premium feature. And it's coming out to GCC and the World Wide Web.
Yeah, this would be really good if you don't already have some sort of a call queue system that you have in addition to Teams. This is something perhaps that Teams can then take that over for you completely. You don't have to use two different pieces of software. So that's cool. Let's go ahead and go into launch. There's only 5 of them out there. Do you have any that you want to talk about? Because they're all kind of on the geeky side.
Nothing I'm excited about.
Okay, I'll just mention a couple so we at least cover something here. Microsoft Defender for Office 365, IPv6 allow and block support, and tenant allow and block lists. So now your admins are going to be able to create allow and block entries using IPv6 directly inside the tenant allow block list instead of just being able to use IPv4. So that's cool. And then if you're using the education version of Teams, there's an education grid view refresh. So Microsoft Teams for Education now has a new refresh grid view wherein you will directly be able to get to your assignments or classwork for your classes in grid view. This feature will make it easier and faster for you to get to your assignments, classwork, or channels. So with that, that pretty much covers the launch. Again, there wasn't a whole lot there. There was just one cancellation, and that's Microsoft Edge Edit Image with Designers. So this was bringing in AI and make image look nicer and the whole bit. But this whole thing ends with, note, we have made the decision to cancel this planned release. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. So if you were waiting for this one in November, you're not getting it. And it doesn't look like you may be getting it anytime soon or anytime other than what was just canceled. So with that, that pretty much covers the list that we had for this week. It wasn't terribly large, but thank you for joining us. And we will do this again next Monday. So with that, everybody have a great rest of your week and we will talk with you later. Bye all.
Bye now.